Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife, Marie. And you are going in Smackdown Live.
Hey, this is Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke watching Going In the Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
Yeah, welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, little notify bell next to it. If you're watching us on YouTube. Also, if you're listening to us in the audio realm, leave us a rating, review, or a comment. It really does go a long way towards giving us some more exposure. We like to expose ourselves to our audience, to new potential audience people, as much as possible, Larson, right? Like to expose ourselves.
We like to increase the reach of our show, yes.
Right. We like to open up ourselves, insert ourselves into our audience's lives, right? Is that how we do it? Anyways.
I'm going like you never said that.
We're also on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steven Larson. I'm a mess, man. I just downed some of that sweet orange liquid. The daytime.
Yeah.
I don't drink the Dayquil. I drink the Target version of
the Up and Up
Dayquil.
The
Up and Up version.
Brand. I'll say this.
That's my jam.
You know, I don't like endorse products very often on the show.
Oh, he's pointing his finger,
right
ladies and gentlemen.
That the Up and Up brands, like gummy vitamins, are some of the most delightful tasting vitamins on the market today.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
They're gummy multivitamins. They taste great.
Oh, man.
Better yet,
yeah.
You're in a little trouble sleeping.
Yeah.
Man, their melatonin is damn basically candy.
Wow.
It's so good.
Wow.
It's not a paid endorsement, but mind you, this is just me saying if you're
Right.
looking for some quality vitamins, look at the Up and Up brand.
I like it.
Good stuff.
Not an official ad read here on Going In Raw.
No.
Just a personal endorsement.
Not even that, really.
We should have our people hit up the Up and Up brand. See if we can
cool.
get some endorsements.
That'd be cool.
We do have some new patrons. The Patreon, by the way, is a great way to support Going In Raw, and you get lots of extra stuff. Even starting at the $1 mark, you get ad-free content. At the $20 mark, not only do you get to put in your video Matt Chat question, which, by the way, if you're out there, if you're watching this live right now, the deadline is noon Pacific,
3 Eastern,
8 Brexit,
and all equivalent time zones around the world.
But you also got the Friendo Care package. Look at that. Comic book, some stickers, a poster. It's all good stuff. It's all really good stuff.
Yeah.
We have some new patrons in over the past 24 hours. Tristan the Forcier, Philly Flexer's back, and Dat Boy Zane.
All sorts of good names today.
Y'all are so clever with your names, or your parents have bequeathed you with wonderful names.
Yes.
Anyways.
Speaking of people with good names, Tommaso Ciampa got some bad news about him.
Oh, this is a bummer.
Good people over at Fightful are reporting that Dave Meltzer apparently mentioned in a recent edition of Wrestling Observer Radio that Tommaso Ciampa, who's reportedly been dealing with a neck injury over the last few weeks, is set to go into surgery this week to correct the matter. That is a massive bummer. Apparently, Ciampa and WWE thought that the NXT champ could work through the injury until TakeOver, but, quote, the injury reached a point where it had to be taken care of now. It's pure speculation on my part. Generally, when that's the case, we're talking muscle weakness or some sort of nerve issue where, you get some sensation feelings.
That sucks, man.
Deal with neck stuff. You don't want to mess with that.
Jason Jordan's neck injury, his neck stuff was, he has neck stuff, and it's basically, from what we can tell, has retired him from
apparently he can't get the strength back in one of his arms.
Oh, my God.
That was the thing with Daniel Bryan, too, when he had neck surgery, was losing sensation, losing strength.
That's horrible.
And when you're dealing with something like wrestling, where strength is a huge part of what you got to do, and if you're not as strong or you can't trust your strength to come through when it needs to, that's the risk of injury for yourself or your competitors, your opponent. Anyways, this explained why DIY has been off television the last couple of weeks. Doesn't really explain why they decided to bring up Ciampa in the first place, knowing they had a neck injury.
I would suspect that.
It's like Vince says, I want the 4 best wrestlers in NXT, and he was handed a list. These are the 4 best wrestlers. Did no one at any point say, oh, yeah, Ciampa's dealing with a neck issue. He might want to reconsider.
Was it 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they said it's over the past couple of weeks. Maybe it was right after his
4 or 5.
Oh.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Work is work, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
If he can work through it, I agree. Like, why don't they just sideline him until the next takeover? Mm-hmm. Because that's like the important thing.
It kind of seems like there's a huge story developing there.
I don't know, man. It's WWE. Hey, left hand. You know what right hand's doing? No
idea.
No clue.
It's almost like they're connected to different bodies.
Yeah, they are basically.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. That's
granted,
WWE.
I don't know if there's anything shot.
So you're saying you don't know?
Oh, I don't know if there's anything shot already for the last TV tapings that could be used to write Ciampa off. If this is true that he has to go under the knife like ASAP, or if they're gonna have to shoot something like right before he goes into surgery.
Yeah.
I mean, I've read what happened, and I don't want to risk spoiling anything.
Sure. Yeah.
So maybe there's something there, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of read. I read a little bit of what was going on, and again, I won't spoil anything. But I don't know. I mean, on tomorrow's NXT episode, we can definitely speculate what's going to happen with that title, because that's sort of the appropriate venue to do that.
Well, they also have at least 3 or 4 weeks worth of content in the can. So
well, that's the bigger thing, is if they already have all this content, and including the go home to takeover, which I don't know that they do.
I don't remember.
We sort of did some loose math on that, and we were like, maybe they have to do like one more week. We don't really know. That's really rough.
Yeah, maybe they have one more week. They might have one more week.
Yeah, maybe. But you know how they do. They stretch that stuff out sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially like in the go home, they'll do like a bunch of recaps leading into takeover, I think.
So they can spread the matches out a bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
Or we can get a who attacked Tommaso Ciampa angle now.
I always love those. Those are always my favorite.
Attack mystery, center of which is one Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously he can't suffer a beatdown at the hands of Johnny Gargano, but they could. I mean, if they're able to snag one shot of him laying on the ground and and Gargano standing over him, I mean, that writes him up. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's precisely what they did with Aleister Black. They said one shot of him laying on the ground.
But at the same time, when they did that story for Aleister Black, I mean, given that we're not sure what the time frame is, but it can be, I read that it was anywhere between 6 months and 14 months.
Oh, recuperation?
Yeah.
Depending on the nature of the injury.
Yeah, and that's a wide spectrum of time right there. Yeah. And so I doubt that they would do. Here's the thing also, again, depending on the nature of the injury, Jason Jordan, they didn't immediately say, oh, he's going to be out forever.
They thought it was going to be when it was first reported that he had to get surgery, they thought it would be like a basic cleanup. They thought he was going to get in there, clean it up, and he'll be good to go.
I'll put it this way.
A year later, he still hasn't rested.
They probably need to prepare
for the eventuality he's going to be gone for a while.
Forever. They need to sort of move on. It's not like Aleister Black where it's like, man, he might actually make takeover 6 weeks from now. And then it took him a little bit longer, but it's like, obviously he's coming back. It was like, with him was like a knee thing, right?
No, he had like a groin injury.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So further up. So, with this, you don't know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I mean, takeover's a really big deal. And that's the top prize in NXT. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But I'm interested we can talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like, they are probably scrambling right now, literally right now, maybe to make an announcement on NXT TV.
Because there's a lot of story. They just want
DIY.
I know. They're
doing the Dusty Classic thing.
And those matches have been taped already, so they have to play out. So if there's going to be any announcement, it's going to be on the go home.
It's going to, you're right. They'll say whatever his last match that aired, they'll say that he suffered an injury something there. Like then they'll show like footage of somebody like doing a shoot move on him and saying it was during this move that he injured whatever.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's rough though.
It is. It's a bummer.
He gives everything he has in that ring. Mm-hmm. I mean, those takeover matches, they're not as ballyhooed as they are for no reason.
Yeah.
That guy goes all the way.
Everybody puts their body on the line.
They do.
Takeover match.
They really do.
They really do. So it's a bummer. He's been on a hell of a run the last year and a half or so.
I do wonder though. This might be. I mentioned this before when we talked about him not being at SmackDown last week. Sometimes when you're out for a spell, what did you say? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Mm-hmm. I know this sucks, and he's probably hating life right now. But man, if where they were going the first 2 times we saw him for his call up is the direction they were headed, which is No direction. Just face Ciampa, maybe. We don't know. We're just throwing him out there.
Yeah.
I would much rather see him come back to main roster in a big angle and a big return way.
That'd be ideal. I kind of feel like, though, when he comes back, he's going to at least make a pit stop in NXT first.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think the landscape's going to be so different.
Yeah,
Gargano's not going to be there.
Probably not, but we'll see. Anyways, bummer news. Let's talk about SmackDown.
Wow, what a huge SmackDown. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
Well, you got reservations?
As a go-home show, apart from, the angle with Joe, like, I thought the main event sequence was kind of underwhelming.
Oh, with Becky and Charlotte?
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Do you think it was underwhelming in the context of what happened the night previous? Man, overwhelmed the community tab. Granted, I only put this up this morning, so there's only 340 votes, but man, nays only got 1%. Yay got 66%. In between got 14%.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm sorry, because I'll let you explain in a second.
I don't know exactly.
I'll go ahead now. Because here's the thing. Because Ronda was so dominant with her beatdown the night prior, it felt like the two. I mean, honestly, I hate saying this because I love Becky Lynch and I do like Charlotte, but it felt like the two people who got their asses handed to them then went at it, and it's like.
Well, actually, Charlotte didn't. She just got pushed out of the ring. That's the only damage she took on Ronda.
Right, but she didn't. She was a non-factor. So totally. The two people who didn't matter, I should say. One person got her ass handed to her. The other person ran away. Mm-hmm. They're the ones fighting it out on SmackDown the next night. I don't know. You know what? I guess here's the thing. This triple threat's probably going to be the main event at WrestleMania. Yeah. Although I do notice that Roman Reigns sneaked in the term main event, so they're probably going to try to bill it as co-main events, which they do every year, anyways.
They do all the time.
But wonky main event go-homes have been, or wonky finishes to, because that'll probably main event Fastlane too. Those are not exclusive to the women. The men get wonky.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, it was in one sense it's Becky mentioned, my ribs are bruised and my arm was damn near broken. Mm-hmm. But she just kind of walked out with the same kind of limp as she always does.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, I know she's super badass, so she doesn't want to sell the injuries. But at the same time, I don't know. It just kind of. And I understand they got to build up some heat last minute for their match at Fastlane. I don't know. It just felt kind of rushed.
Yeah. Okay. I can maybe see that. You're not feeling it. Sometimes you just don't feel it. Yeah, I get that. I didn't feel I wasn't feeling the Raw the night before that main event sequence. I really wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't think damn near anybody in that crowd was either.
No, wasn't feeling it either. But at least something like major happened.
Yeah. Well,
this just felt like you could have taken the same sequence of events, pushed it back like 6 months, and it would have played out the same exact way.
Well, also, I mean, the math is going to be kind of wonky because Becky's going to win that match unless they decide to get really convoluted with things,
which is based on what they've done so far is the case that Ronda's going to come out and interfere, and no one's going to win the match.
Which I guess makes the math sort of off because the math I'm talking about, of course, is the stand tall, go home math.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
well, Becky here stood tall.
Yeah,
but it's not like she's not going to be in the Mania main event.
Yeah.
And so if she doesn't win, that means it's going to be some sort of wonky finish, which means Ronda gets involved.
I mean, if
beat everybody up, and then Charlotte can say, "Well, Becky didn't beat me; she didn't get to be in the match." And Becky can say, "Well, I didn't have an opportunity to beat you because Ronnie got involved."
Given how convoluted everything's been so far, and I agree it's been fairly convoluted. Mm-hmm. I know Ronda. I mean, look, here's the thing: you want to put some logic into it. This is really easy. Yeah, Ronda come out and attack Charlotte because then Becky wins. And she gets what she wants because for some reason that's all she's wanted is just she wants to fight Becky.
Or she comes out and attacks Becky, so Becky wins by disqualification.
Oh, that's what I meant. I'm sorry, that's what I meant. Or she comes out and she beats up Becky.
Ref bump. Then she comes out and attacks Charlotte, allowing Becky to get the win that way.
Yeah. No, I was thinking she comes out and beats up Becky for the DQ. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's the simplest way to do it. You just run out there, you just lay one punch on her.
Ronda kind of has her cake and eat it too. She gets to to beat up her would-be opponent at Mania a little bit, and also guarantees that her would-be opponent at Mania is one of her opponents.
In fact, that'll probably be my prediction. We have to film this. I'd be out of here by like 2:45 today, so we need to. I have got nobody to pick up the kids. I got to do it.
All right. Well, no messing around today.
Nope.
Nope. Anyways. Although, I mean, like, overall, the SmackDown, as usual, was an enjoyable show. There was nothing, glaring.
I honestly thought it was really good. Like, we got more clarity on Kevin Owens. I didn't think the main event sequence was all that bad, to be honest with you. We got clarification on Kevin Owens. He's totally a face. In addition to reports coming out that from a house show, apparently he made a save on AJ Styles, but he's totally a face now.
Yeah.
We got him dropping stunners left and right, which is badass.
Cool.
We had a pretty decent kind of Jey Uso versus The Miz match.
Really fine. The U.S. title match was fun.
That was amazing. That was great.
And then, there's some other good stuff.
Boy, that was good. Aleister Black and Ricochet versus The-Bar was good.
Yeah. Yeah, the wrestling was good.
Yeah, I thought it was good. And then even Owens versus Rowan. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. As brief as what it was.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's kick things off. Daniel Bryan came down to the ring. He didn't say a word. He just did this and threw to a video package, kind of highlighting Kofi's story as well as how Kevin Owens intersects with all that.
Mm-hmm.
Come back to Daniel Bryan. He starts talking. Eric Rowan does some talking too.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm sorry. Somebody's saying that your mic is low.
Really? Yeah. That's weird.
Somebody might hit the level. Let's see here. You're number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's weird. Wonder how that happened. Well, thanks for letting us know. Our apologies. It's funny, even made sure I tapped the mic. I guess didn't do enough. Anyway, so Eric Rowan did a little bit of talking to Daniel Bryan. Talks more. He calls Kofi a team player, not a main eventer. And he does some. He shoots a bit on Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
says that he likes to eat a lot of pancakes. Calls him a nobody. Yeah. He says that's why he's dangerous, because a nobody is somebody with nothing to lose.
Yes.
And then Daniel Bryan says, well, if he loses at Fastlane, the entire planet loses.
Yeah, that's
he's
good.
The planet's champion.
He is the champion of planet.
He is.
Did you see, speaking of planets, did you see Paige's tweet this morning?
Oh, about the flat Earth?
Yeah, she said, I believe everybody should be entitled to their opinion. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. She said, why do you think the flat Earth is a thing, or something like that?
Well, she said later on, or maybe before that, like, wow, this documentary is amazing, but at no point is it convincing me that the Earth is flat.
Yeah, so she said she didn't believe it.
Yeah,
and I understand the idea of, hey, you know what, man, you're allowed to believe what you can believe.
Yeah,
but it's not really an opinion thing. And then the great thing is Conan entered into the Twitter thread and said there's plenty of conspiracies out there. He's not a flat earther, but then somebody asked him, said, what are your top 5 conspiracies?
Oh, wow.
So he was doing a Truth Exposed thing, right?
Well, what are his top 5 conspiracies?
Number 1, 9/11, which is stupid.
All right, next.
2, JFK, which is actually probably.
Yeah.
And then, oh, crap, what was number 3? Damn it. I got to look it up. Because I responded to him. I asked him what he thought about Dogman and Denver Airport Illuminati.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't said anything.
Well, it's Denver Airport New World Order.
Oh, are they different? Didn't know that.
Maybe. Anyways, okay. Kevin Owens walks out on the ramp and says when he was home watching wrestling.
Pearl Harbor.
What's the conspiracy there?
I don't know. I think he just made that. I've never heard that's a possible conspiracy.
I mean, like the closest thing I've ever heard was like that the American government knew the attack was going to happen and let it happen so they get involved in the war.
Oh, maybe. Okay, maybe that's
the extent of it.
Maybe that's it.
Or I should say directly involved in the war, because I think they were kind of tangentially involved. Anyways, Kevin Owens, he comes out to the ramp and says, when he was at home watching WWE product while recuperating from injury, he says one of the reasons he wouldn't come back to SmackDown is because he saw how poorly Daniel Bryan was treating that WWE title, throwing it in the garbage and whatnot. Owens walks down to the ring. Rowan steps in front of him, and he looks up at Eric Rowan and says, "We got a problem, Redwood?"
That was good. I also liked Bryan's little lines. This is actually a really well-written thing, and I know it was. I'm pretty sure it was scripted, because there's 2 lines that are just like too perfect. Number 1, when Owens was talking about sitting at home on his couch, Daniel Bryan interrupted and said, "Where you belong."
Yeah.
And then he said the WWE title in the trash, and then Bryan said, "Where it belongs."
Yeah. Well, the way he cut off Kevin Owens, it felt improv.
It could have been. I mean, it could have been.
Because the first one, I believe, he kind of spoke over Kevin Owens.
Could be.
So they start brawling, Rowan and Owens. He sends Rowan over the top rope. He goes after Daniel Bryan. He goes for a stunner. Daniel Bryan pushes him off. At that point, Eric Rowan is back in the ring, hits him with the claw slam. That's what they're calling it. It's finish.
I love it too. Owens, he sort of brought up the fact that it's sort of as an aside that he's dropping stunners now.
Yeah.
And then
he says, and the bottom line, wink, wink.
Yeah, that was good. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That was good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's see here. So, Larson, we got some business to take care of.
Yeah, we do.
One of the most important things we do for our health every day is brushing our teeth. Problem is, most of us don't do it properly.
But Quip is a better electric toothbrush designed by dentists and designers to make brushing your teeth simple, affordable, and even enjoyable.
Most people brush too hard, so Quip utilizes sonic vibrations that are gentle for sensitive gums. And Quip features a built-in timer that gives you a pulse every 30 seconds to let you know that it's time to switch sides, because most of us don't brush for a full 2 minutes or brush our teeth evenly.
Maybe best of all, Quip makes keeping your mouth clean easy. Brush heads are delivered every 3 months for just $5, which is great for me because I don't like leaving them my house.
Who does?
Yeah, those are just some of the reasons why I and 20,000 dental professionals love Quip.
Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/goinginraw right now, you get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush. Again, get your first refill pack for free by going to getquip.com/goinginraw.
Thanks to Quip for sponsoring today's episode, and you're really helping out the show by going to getquip.com/goinginraw.
That's right. Next up, we had Jey Uso versus The Miz. Of course, is a preview for a championship tag title match coming up this Sunday at Fastlane.
Indeed.
And it was fun. This whole feud has been really fun.
It has been. I take umbrage with the fact that at least half this match played out during commercial break. It was picture in picture.
I mean, it's our complaining about the picture in picture segment of the week. We should get that sponsored. Now it's time for Steve and Larson hate commercial breaks with picture in picture.
Somebody did, and there was 2 commercial breaks during the U.S. title match. The actual match started during commercial break.
Somebody did point out though on Twitter. They said at least you get picture in picture. You can still see what's happening.
I know, but there's those damn commercials, man. They're distracting.
They're very long.
Every once again, there's like a movie trailer. Like, oh, that looks like it could be
look,
fun.
Man.
Or there's a product or service that's offered like that's flashy and it's distracting what's going on in the match because the match is in the smaller box.
Hey, some of our episodes now have 2 sponsored segments. We got to make our money. WWE's got to make their money.
I understand that.
They're not getting paid in bologna sandwiches.
You know what I like what they do sometimes is that during the commercial breaks, you know what they'd have in the Smackdown box? Entrances.
Yeah, but people really like entrances.
No, they like more. Wrestling.
Are you sure about that?
I am.
I don't know.
Positive.
Well, let's do a community poll and find out.
I've seen entrances dozens of times. And this is some WrestleMania level entrance. I don't
What
really.
do
It doesn't
you
really matter
like
to me.
better?
I'd much rather see
Entrances or wrestling?
Anyways, both the Usos and Miz and Shane had promos beforehand. Usos went an extended bit talking crap about the Miz, how he's just looking for validation from Shane, from his dad. And they tried to do I think it was Jimmy tried to do a Miz voice that was kind of funny. And Miz comes out, chip on his shoulder. It's like, hey, we're going to take those titles from you at a Fastlane.
The Uso promo is really good because they were trying to run down Shane. They said, and he says his shoe game is better than ours. And then the other one says,
is.
Well, actually, no, he's been coming out of it. It doesn't matter.
That was good. So the match started. Finish saw Jimmy try to help Jay during a pinfall attempt, like really helping him get leverage in that pinfall. Miz kicks out, and nonetheless, Shane runs around the ring, jumps off the ring steps, clothesline Jimmy. Jay is then distracted, goes for a suicide dive on Shane. However, Miz catches him before he leaps out of the ring, hits him with a skull-crushing finale, and picks up the win. That was a cool finish. Man. It was cool to see the Miz actually win a match with a skull-crushing finale.
It was really good. And I've seen, it's funny because I don't know, I mean, just coincidentally, over the past couple of weeks, there's a lot of really, really great, like Brian the Guppy, and then, of course, Lariato, I think, is still out there, and then Total Divas episodes or something like that. Yeah. There's a ton of great Twitter accounts out there that have nothing but great GIFs and old footage of other matches. I've seen so many better skull-crushing finales done by wrestlers of the past where people sell the crap out of it, like they spike themselves in their head, basically. I really wish that people would start doing that. And I felt like last night the skull crushing finale was done really, really well.
Yeah.
It felt kind of urgent.
Yes.
And
well, part of it too
Jay?
is
Jay.
part of the too was the process of catching him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I
His
like
momentum
that.
was already kind of going that
Because
way.
it never really makes sense when you're just sort of standing there. He saddles up next to you, raises your hands, and then you just do it.
Mm-hmm.
I like more dynamic, a more dynamic flow to it. It's funny here in chat. Cerberus says complaining about ads after doing an ad. Exactly. We got to.
Well, Sean Lindsay says you complain about SmackDown picture-in-picture ad breaks, but you don't complain about straight-up ad breaks during Raw. I just actually complained about 2 ad breaks during the U.S. title match on SmackDown. I don't like ad breaks during wrestling matches.
Look, man.
I understand.
You got to make their money, Larson.
I understand that. I understand the logistics.
This is a business.
And the reality of making $1 and a cent in this business because we have
What
to
are you,
as
one
well.
of those dirty socialists?
At the same time, I like enjoying my wrestling. I don't like my wrestling matches interrupted by commercial breaks.
Stay out of my files. What's that from?
It's from JFK, man.
Very good.
It's Ed Asner.
Very good. Yeah, beady red eyes.
Yep. After that, we had a Charlotte Flair interview where she said she's going to invite Becky down to the ring tonight, her friend Bex, so that we can go over her physical well-being before their match at Fastlane. Of course, it's all set up for Charlotte to attack her.
Yes, correct. After that, we had R-Truth. I'm really bummed out that we're not going to get more of this R-Truth John Cena. It's like back when I was doing WCW towards the end of last season when everybody was swapping the John Cena. They're all fighting for the John Cena gimmick.
Yeah.
R-Truth had the John Cena gimmick going, man.
Earlier, someone asked for us to do R-Truth math. First, is R-Truth a future Hall of Famer? Hell yes.
Dude, I'm a future Hall of Famer now that Tori Wilson and Brutus the Barber Beefcake are in.
Well, Brutus hasn't
Get
been
outta
officially
here.
confirmed yet, so
Get out of here
let's
with
pause
that.
on that one. But
are you doubting Wrestle Votes?
no, they actually do good work. But let's do R-Truth. In the ring. He's decent.
You can't give that guy less than like a
6.
6.
He's
I give him a 7, man. I freaking love R-Truth. I
Yeah,
think
he's great. Promo, at least an 8. He's a good promo. He's hilarious.
Oh, I wouldn't give him an 8. I'd probably
7?
go as high as I'd give him a 6.
I think he's okay.
I think he's one note, man.
I know, but he's really funny. Look.
Well, he's like 100 years old and he still looks like he's 20.
Uh-huh.
That's got to count for something.
Yeah.
Give him like a
6.
6 for look.
Legacy.
I think people really like him. He's really strong, but he's like I'd give him like a 6 for legacy because he is very decorated. I know he's always been transitional champion in the WWE.
Yeah, kind of.
But outside WWE, he's had some other good. He
Oh
had
yeah,
like
he
the
was.
NWA title.
Yeah, he was NWA champ for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kayfabe. Not exactly booked the strongest.
No, but again, he's had a lot of titles. So okay. Let me ask you this: does he have better than a 500 record? Ooh, probably not. You got to go 4 then, right?
Yeah, 4 or 5. I'll do 4.
Yeah, because he doesn't have a 500 record.
So that's 19 divided by 3, 6 plus 12, 16. I think it's 5 plus.
That sounds right. I love R-Truth.
I do
he's
too.
Fantastic.
I think he is awesome.
And this stuff is great. Man, consummate professional.
Heck yeah.
Love R-Truth. So, yeah, he comes out, delivers a promo. He says, talks again about John Cena.
We talked about last week.
He's talking about, he has like a poster of John Cena.
Yeah.
That was good.
His John Cena bed sheets.
Yeah, he said, but he says you can't see him. But I see him all the time.
On my poster?
The poster in the room, John Cena bed sheets. Oh, so good.
That was good. So we get a dance break, and then Lacey Evans walks down.
That's stupid. Anyways, moving on.
Then he says, all right, damn you, John Cena. More U.S. Open Challenge. Enter Samoa Joe.
Mm-hmm.
He answers first, but then Rey Mysterio comes out and Andrade as well.
Yeah, everybody
and then
wants
it's
a
announced
piece.
a fatal 4-way match for the U.S. title, and R-Truth is like, what?
Again, I find it funny when WWE does these Kafka-esque matches. The same thing with the Revival and the Lucha House Rules. I freaking love that. I don't know why. It's just funny to me.
When they play fast and loose with the rules.
Yeah. And when a wrestler is just stuck having to go along with it for no rhyme or reason, other than that's whatever mysterious authority, obviously it's Vince, but whatever mysterious authority from the back says this is going to happen now, and they have no rhyme or reason.
None.
Kind of makes me laugh.
Yeah. So we go to commercial. Match starts. Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio versus Andrade versus R-Truth. And we come back from commercial. Joe is just dominating everybody, doling out chops left and right.
Oh, it's great.
Man, he is dominating completely and totally. At one point, Andrade gets the upper hand briefly. He goes for a corner knee. Joe evades, sending Andrade over the top rope, and then lays him out with a suicide dive. Joe's suicide dive is awesome.
Yeah, it's really
leaves
good.
his forearm and doesn't lays people out. Anyway, back at the ring, Joe puts R-Truth in the Coquina clutch, and then they kind of go over towards the ropes. Ray breaks it up with a 619. Almost hits Ray with a very carefully executed sunset flip powerbomb. Right after that, Zelina Vega runs off the apron, hits R-Truth with a Hurricane Rana. Carmella sees it, not happy, responds with a super kick. Back in the ring, Ray hits Almas with a Canadian Destroyer,
Oh, that was beautiful.
a 619, a frog splash, goes for the pin. Joe breaks it up with a senton on top of Ray, who, of course, is on top of Almas, picks up Almas, destroys him with the Uranagi, and picks up the win.
Joe's Uranagis are the best, too.
Oh, I know.
Because he goes it's like a rainbow.
Yeah.
He goes all the way over.
But there's like 5 moves that ultimately felled Andrade. You get the Canadian Destroyer and the 619 and the Frog Splash and the Senton and the Uranagi.
That's some strong booking for Andrade right there.
I mean,
like,
it's
if it
bummer he
takes
takes
all
the
that.
pin, but
Oh, man, no, it was great. I loved it. So Samoa Joe picks up his very first title on main roster after a couple of years of being there, and I couldn't be happier. I
if
marked
you want
out big
someone
time.
who's going to elevate that U.S. title,
That's
Joe's
the
your man.
And the great thing is, I know we'll just talk about this now. He dropped an interview where he name dropped Cena because he said, I'm going to be your nightmare. All the people in the roster, I'm going to be your nightmare. Is it possible that we might get Samoa Joe versus
cool.
Cena
At
in a
Mania.
U.S. Open challenge at Mania?
That'd be cool. As long as Joe retains, I'm cool with that.
I'm sure Cena would be happy to put Joe over. He
Oh,
seems
man,
to be
they used to be in early developmental, WWE developmental together back in Southern California.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love that. I mean, I would probably prefer a more elongated feud because can you imagine the promos between those two?
Brilliant.
I mean, I hope that if Cena does enter an open challenge for this at Mania, he comes out there and drops a promo and Joe gets to drop a promo. Like they have a promo off first.
Yeah.
I really want that to
Yeah,
happen.
I know.
I don't know if it
Just
will.
book the whole segment for like 30 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes of which is promo off.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. I'd be good. Nobody's going to argue with that.
No. But instantly, Joe gets that belt, acts like he just won the Super Bowl, goes up on the ramp, kisses the belt. That belt means something to him.
And I think that
that's gonna
belt is
matter a
going to
lot.
be with him for a while.
Yes,
I really
I hope
do.
so.
I think it's great.
Unless one, Mustafa Ali, claims it off him at some point. Because he came back last night.
Yeah, that was awesome.
After that, brief backstage segment of Becky Lynch talking to somebody who works there. Having a pretty intense conversation with someone that looked like a production assistant.
That guy's been there every time they have to show like a little sort of
Vignette. Backstage vignette.
They're involved
that
like
particular production
old
assistant.
pasty writer guy.
Yeah.
That's their guy.
Yeah, it is.
And it's great because she's just yapping away. You can't really hear what she's saying. She's like yapping away.
Oh, you can't hear anything. He's just kind of...
Because commentary's talking, and she's yapping away, and he's just like... Not really giving much expression, just like this.
No.
Anyways. I don't know how... I wouldn't be able to like not laugh if I was in that position.
I know.
If I was pasty production guy.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm sitting there and Becky Lynch is rambling away, I'd be like... I would ham it up.
Yeah, I know.
Like, no, you can't make any sounds.
This chair is squeaky.
Like, who played OJ during the old Saturday Night Live was it Tim Meadows?
Yeah.
And he would the prosecution would say something and he'd go, and then the defense attorney would say, Johnny Cochran would say something, he'd go,
Oh, man. Afterward, a New Day iPhone promo from, I believe they're in Mumbai, India.
yeah, they're in India.
And so they exit their ride to get out. They're in a market. Everybody going crazy because New Day are there.
Yeah. People love New Day, man.
They said they're in India now, but they will definitely be in the house for Fastlane. After that, Samoa Joe's interview, you mentioned that. Great stuff. He's brilliant on the mic. Could do no wrong, basically, on the microphone, in my mind. Then, tag match, Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Thebar. Thebar had a promo beforehand.
Yeah. Everybody, they love to use the term new. Everybody loves to use the term new toys. They do that incessantly in NXT. Joe Connor says in NXT UK.
Shiny new toys,
Yeah.
yes.
And then Thebar's using it here. But Aleister Black and Ricochet are very shiny new toys, and they are wonderful.
Yeah.
So, the T-Bar cuts that promo, and then we get the match.
Yeah, good match. Solid match. In the end, Ricochet pins Cesaro after a black mass from Aleister and a 630 from himself.
These wrestlers are just getting power ranked to the degree that they need multiple finishers from multiple, opponents.
Well, it was also announced that during the show that Aleister Black versus Rude and Gable versus Revival's going down a fast lane.
Yeah. Is that going to be in the kickoff? I know Ray versus Andrade's in the kickoff.
That's the kickoff match, yeah. So that means we got to get here in time for the kickoff on
I'm
Sunday.
down for that.
So like 3:30 we should start. We're going to do a live stream reaction for Fastlane like we do for all the pay-per-views. As soon as the bell rang, basically, Aleister Black and Ricochet were attacked by Rusev and Nakamura. And then the Hardy Boys come out and make the save.
What a wealth, what a bounty of amazing tag teams here.
On SmackDown, I know.
Now, if you got Rusev and Nakamura, you got Aleister Black and Ricochet, T-Bar, Hardy Boys, Matt Hardy looks like $1 million.
And then you got the Usos, New Day.
I felt bad. There was some kid on Twitter who tweeted at Matt Hardy and said, he said something like,
"Oh, even in his 50s."
He said, at 50 years old, Matt Hardy still looks ridiculous. And then Matt Hardy responded with as if he was offended, because he said, "I'm 44, bitch." And I'm like, I don't think he understood that it was a compliment.
I don't necessarily took it as if he was offended. I think he was just trying to put a little emphasis on it.
No, I don't. I think he said something like, respect your elders or something.
No, he didn't say that. I saw that tweet too. He just says, "I'm 44, bitch. I look marvelous," something like that.
He said, "And I look marvelous." I think he took that as a freaking insult, man. 44, bitch, and I look wonderful. That to me means he took it as an insult.
I don't know.
I think this guy was trying to compliment him.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because when somebody says you look ridiculous, you don't generally take that to mean you look great. But I think in this case, that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Like, you look amazing, dude.
Yeah. Regardless.
And people start piling on.
Yeah. Next, Mandy Rose squashed Naomi. This was a feud not that long ago. Now feud's over.
It wasn't a squash, man.
Are you kidding me?
This was a fast match.
It was an absolute squash. Did Naomi get any offense off?
Yeah, she did.
Oh, I got a little bit, I guess. Yeah,
she did. She actually got quite a bit. It was just a really quick match because 3 minutes in, Sonya Deville got up on the thing.
It wasn't even 3 minutes. It was like a minute and a half, it felt like. It was super short.
Yeah, it was pretty short.
It only took was one knee and her finish for Mandy to win.
Yeah.
It was not much of a match. Not much of a match.
But up until that point, it was fairly even.
All right, short match. Still, it's kind of weird that they had this elongated feud and then Mandy managed to dispatch of Naomi so quickly.
Well, they got to build Mandy. She has a match with Asuka coming up, right?
Yeah, she showed up top of the ramp when Mandy and Sonya Deville made their way up there, attacked them, beat them up, threw them into the LED board, all that kind of stuff.
Naomi is maybe the most well-designed character.
Oh, man.
And I love, dude, she's very creative in the ring, too.
Mm-hmm.
They really need to do something more with her because, man, I really like her. After that, we had an AJ Styles interview where he was talking about Kevin Owens, the WWE title, Daniel Bryan, and then Randy Orton.
He was talking about how given his history with Kevin Owens, it's not like he's his hugest fan. Nonetheless, he understands.
Oh wow, it was 45 seconds bell to bell. That's funny.
It's pretty short.
Yeah.
But he understands the situation is hard to deny it. He said his heart goes out to Kofi, getting his opportunity taken away from him, and then Randy pokes his head in and says, "No, I mean, just paraphrasing. No wonder it took you 15 years.
You're sitting here talking about other people going after the title. No wonder it took you 15 years
to get here." And then he walks away.
And then he starts twerking.
Next, Kevin Owens versus Rowan. Daniel Bryan's on commentary. Throughout the first part of this match, Daniel Bryan repeatedly, incessantly calls Kevin Owens a lazy coward. Pretty much right to his face.
Yeah,
so Kevin Owens does the only thing he could really do, punch Daniel Bryan right in the mouth.
That was good.
But that allows Eric Rowan to get the upper hand. Kind of lays out Kevin Owens ringside, and Daniel Bryan goes over on top of Kevin Owens to start punching him.
Mm-hmm.
Ref calls for the bell. Daniel Bryan and Rowan is laying waste to Kevin Owens ringside. And Mustafa Ali runs down, makes the save. Escapes the claw slam into the announce table, hits a Hurricane Rana on Rowan, sending him into the ring post. Dong. Mm-hmm. But then Daniel Bryan lays out Ali with a knee plus off the apron. He tries to follow up with the Danielson stomp. Kevin Owens hits him instead with a stunner. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And then to close the show, we got Charlotte coming out, dropping a promo. Kind of going over what happened on Raw. In fact, they showed the video package. Say, hey, Becky, come down here and let's see what kind of condition you're in. Becky comes down the ring. There's some verbal back and forth. Charlotte kicks Becky's crutch from under her, starts going after her leg, but Becky manages to grab the crutch, hits Charlotte with it several times, puts her in the disarmor. Refs have to break him up.
Yes.
And that's how the show closes.
It's the visual of the refs grabbing at Charlotte's arm, trying to assist Charlotte while the disarmor is locked in, was a very comical one. Because as Ronda Rousey has illustrated, it does look kind of like an erect penis when Becky has it locked in, and all these refs are down there tugging on the arm.
Oops.
I don't know. I was like, that looks inappropriate. But anyways,
is what it is, man. I'm going to answer some questions.
Sure, why not?
Good episode of Smackdown Live.
Yeah, that
I
was
didn't mean
great.
to talk trash earlier, but I guess my mic level is low, so maybe no one was hearing.
Well, no, you have high standards. I get it.
I do, and it wasn't like the end segment was bad. I just didn't feel like it built up their match at Fastlane a whole lot.
Yeah,
that's it. That's why I meant it could have happened 6 months earlier, and it really wouldn't have made much changed much. Jeffrey Nguyen, R-Truth is a Treasure Hall of Fame. Oh, it was Jeffrey who asked for R-Truth match.
Yeah,
we did it. 6+.
Yeah, he's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Just Omega Man got fired from my job yesterday. Woo. Oh no! But I'm thankful and glad I have your content to keep me in good spirits. Thanks, guys.
Hey, man, you know what? There's another job out there waiting for you. Find a better and bigger one.
We've both been laid off from jobs before.
Yeah, it sucks. I've been laid off twice.
I have 2.
The first time sucked. Well, no. The first time was great. The second time, Machinima sucked.
First time I got laid off wasn't that bad because I had like money saved up, got unemployment, so I was fine.
I had a ton of severance,
and I was like
the
completely.
First time.
It was like my first job out of school, so I was like, oh great, I can just be irresponsible all the time now.
Yeah,
not to worry about.
Yeah, I took 6 months off and collected unemployment because I'm a deadbeat. It was awesome.
Well, between unemployment and money I'd saved up, I think I went like a year, and I was like, I don't have to work for a year if I don't want to.
That's rad. That's awesome. That's the best.
But it's a terrible attitude when you're 23 and out of school and you're trying to make it in the industry.
That's the attitude. Yeah, you're right. Not a lot of ambition
terrible.
there.
No, zero ambition.
Zero ambition.
Sleep till noon.
Oh,
drink
awesome.
beer.
That's great. That's great. And then the second time was Machinima.
Yeah,
that sucked.
Yeah,
but like my dad said, he said you're not going to be able to do anything more than you're doing if they don't lay you off. It's funny. So. Did I text him about Area 51 during Overrun or
I don't recall when you did. It's probably during Overrun when you're doing Truth Exposed.
That sounds right. Well, I'll give everybody an update on that during Overrun today.
Yes.
Because I got a response about my dad's potential encounter with Area 51.
Lindsay Desitel upgraded my tier to $20. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Lindsay.
Woo! Thank you, Lindsay.
Zach Carrier also upgraded to $20. Lots of loves. Thank you, Zach.
There at the bottom, Ali didn't get much of a reaction last night for his return. Does Mustafa Ali have to start from scratch getting himself over?
I think I got an okay response.
I think he got an appropriate response. There's a lot going on. He comes out and he starts like flying all over the place. I think he'll be fine. I don't think he has to start from scratch.
No. Tommy Cat, hello, friendos. Currently at hospital getting a gastric bypass study done. Takes 4 hours.
Oh, man.
3 hours of waiting. Power break things to do while I wait.
Oh, man.
I got this.
Watch Thor Ragnarok.
I got this really good Spades app on my phone, so you can play Spades, the card game.
Just binge watch some Narcos. But some hospitals, they don't have signal.
It's true. That's why I like doing games, because you don't necessarily need signal.
So you need to go someplace where you get signal, download 3 episodes of Narcos.
Play Words with Friends.
Pinche cocaína.
Play Solitaire or Spades. Or,
you know what pinche cocaína means?
Yeah.
Effing cocaine.
Yeah, I got it.
Michael Mygand. WWE Corporate contacts you guys to pitch a new idea for a new series to air on the WWE Network. What would it be? He said he'd like to see a reboot of the A-Team starring the Undisputed Era. So evidently they have unlimited budget. This is like Netflix level series.
Unlimited resources.
Yeah, so any show.
Single camera sitcom with Undisputed Era.
That's good. Okay.
That's what it is.
I'm going to say...
Or New Day.
I say do this. Bring the Family Feud. Like license the Family Feud format. It's a WWE network with just wrestlers.
Yeah.
I love the Family Feud.
Yeah, I
but
do too.
Steve Harvey has to host.
Yeah, he's good. It hasn't been the same since Richard Dawson, though.
Oh, I love Steve Harvey.
He's
great.
good.
Sometimes he digs himself into a hole on his show when he starts talking about like political issues and stuff. And it's like, dude, I'm not into that. But like, he's a great host.
Yeah, he's good.
He gives the best like looks into the camera.
Oh, his deadpans are great.
His deadpans are amazing.
Yeah, they are.
I like Steve Harvey.
Zach Carrier, did you see Rusev's tweets about leaving WWE, a bundle of joy, and maybe going to NXT? Couldn't tell if he was trolling or not. Probably 100% trolling.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
He trolls a lot.
Although it wouldn't surprise me once his contract starts coming up if they were going to get word that, he's probably going to leave.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Joe McGinnis with Andrade and Ray's one-on-one match being scheduled for Fastlane. What do you see them doing in WrestleMania?
Hopefully have another match. Hair versus mask.
Worst case scenario, they have a really spectacular sequence during the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. But I would hate that. I don't want them to do that.
No.
But that's
Andrade's
kind of
really growing his hair out. Hair versus mask match.
Okay.
Especially if Andrade wins at Fastlane.
There you
go. Kelly88, work sucks today. At least I can catch up on Smackdown and laugh with you guys. Thanks. Grab some coffee or chips on me. I do need to get coffee later.
Let's see here.
Thank you,
Steve
Kelly.
Klain. Do you get an Emelina vibe with how WWE is booking Lacey Evans? I do, but because I think that this is definitely one of those things. Writers, the creative really doesn't know what to do with her.
No.
So they're just doing this. And that's what they're just doing this.
Yeah, I know. They just don't know what they're doing. Lindsay, Desitel, Larson, your mic is more quiet than Steve's. Also, Waymaker says Larson, Mike heel turn confirmed. Yeah.
It's like 30 minutes in the past, man. Y'all are living in the past.
Well,
Man.
no, we're just reading.
Well, that's
reading
when you
these
got to do message retracted.
later.
And then make me very happy.
Dylan Haggett, thoughts on Seth's new shirt, in his opinion, is decent. The Beast Slayer. It's better than some of his other ones, but I wouldn't buy it.
It's like, I mean, look, if you're in, it's one of those things where it's not bad if you're into that thing.
Yeah.
It's like
Like
all of
swords
Triple
and
H's
stuff.
shirts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're not bad if you're into that thing.
Yeah.
Cheesy metal type shirt.
Medieval stuff.
Yeah.
Waymaker, Larson, Mike face turn confirmed. It's turning up a little
Again, you guys living in the past. I don't know why you're sending super chats about his mic right now. Luis Felipe de Castro Reyes. A great name. Are you guys happy with Mustafa as Kevin Owens' backup, or would you rather have waited for Sami Zayn?
No, I think Mustafa's good because if they're booking Kevin Owens as family man face guy,
yeah,
I mean, that's Mustafa Ali too.
I guess, that's one thing that I'm the only thing I'm lukewarm on about this Kevin Owens thing is the fact that we didn't get his. He came back at a very awkward time.
Yeah, well, he came back earlier than he was supposed to.
And there's the Kofi thing happening.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's supposed to be the good guy. It's just an awkward situation to be in.
It is.
And so I'll just put it this way. The most effective face turns are when you go from heel to face in front of our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
A turn.
Mm-hmm.
I think he, more than many other people, could have benefited from that.
Well, that was kind of the trajectory they were going with Bob Lashley laying him out. Unfortunately, he had to leave to get his knees fixed.
Yeah.
But I understand. I mean, he in the last 2 weeks, he's addressed the Kofi situation head on and said, I don't feel good about it. It's not right, but
it's the only thing they can do.
Yeah, man, in my situation, what else am I to do?
It's the only thing they can do. But when I think of Kevin Owens, I don't think of a diplomatic guy.
No. That's one thing about I want him to be kind of a face tweener. He still needs a little stank.
Yeah, I know he
on
does.
His words.
Yeah.
I don't want him to go full face.
I know.
He needs a little edge to him. Still.
That's why I say when he came, it's just a bad situation to be in for a guy who's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Nemo, if and when Kofi wins the title at WrestleMania, should he A, make a New Day custom belt,
Ooh.
B, bring back the normal belt, or C, paint Daniel Bryan's belt New Day colors?
Since I kind of get the feeling that belt might eventually end up back on Daniel Bryan, I'd go option C.
You just paint the title?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to go with option.
Or what they could do.
Probably just be option B. Bring back.
What they could do is bring back the usual title. Kofi could carry that, and Daniel Bryan says, "Well, I'm still the Planet's champion, and he can still carry around his
He creates
title."
a new division for Planet's champion.
Yeah.
Top 5 contenders in Planet's champion title division.
You got to put Finn Balor in there.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of stuck on anybody else.
Who else is big into environmental stuff?
I don't know, honestly. I know Daniel Bryan and Finn Balor are.
I feel like Mustafa Ali might be.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
No, he drives an SUV. Remember?
Well, that's what he said in his promo, but
Yeah.
that's probably kayfabe, man.
Let's see here. I don't know who's a man of the earth.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Alto, you're about to get the chair.
Oh,
What would be your last meal request and why?
that's a dark question. Wow. And I get the channel and you get lethal injection.
No, the chair.
You'd be more of a firing squad though, guy, right? Because I know I would. Just put a bullet right here, and I'm good.
I mean, if it's
The chair sounds horrific. I don't know why they ever thought. Like when you think of
lethal injection doesn't sound good either, because that can go wrong.
Yeah, that can go wrong also.
So can the gas chamber.
But like cruel and unusual punishment, it's the electric chair.
Yeah, no.
Why was that ever not cruel or unusual punishment? I mean, say what you will. I think some of the crimes some of these people committed. I'm getting into political territory here, but like yeah, they deserve to probably be tortured a little bit.
How quick?
But
how
man,
quick, death via guillotine would be pretty quick, yeah.
Yeah, there's probably also that moment, that brief flicker of a moment when you're off your body and you're still alive, and then you die. Of course,
Yeah,
that's dark. But the electric chair? Whoever thought? Oh, I mean, I know it wasn't like a Tesla or an Edison thing.
I don't remember pumping thousands of volts through somebody.
I think so.
Anyways, off topic. Last meal. My mom's banana bread. Want that. A rack of St. Louis dry rub ribs, cooked to perfection.
None of it would taste good. It'd be terrible. I'd be like, I don't care. Get me a Little Caesars hot and ready, and find the most stale one possible.
No way, man.
Because what do I care? I'm about to have a bunch of volts being sent through my body. That's terrible.
Two bottles of St. Bernardus Abbott 12. Mm-hmm. That's good. I'll take that. I'll eat a whole loaf of banana bread and a rack of ribs.
Yeah, I'd say I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna die tomorrow.
And a strawberry banana milkshake.
You know what you're gonna do, man? You can take that beautiful, wonderful banana bread loaf.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna say
sucks.
this is the last pleasurable experience I guess on this planet.
I guarantee you, man. You think you're gonna, and you also think that you're gonna die peacefully, at ease with your life. You're gonna die scratching and clawing, and then you know your last thought's gonna be, "This is terrible." Your last thought's gonna be, "Steve was right."
No, I would never think that.
That's exactly.
I would never
what you're
give
gonna
yourself even thinking. Give yourself the satisfaction of even thinking such a thought.
Oh, I already know it.
No.
I already know it.
I'll live a fulfilling life leading up to it. I certainly won't die via electric chair because I'm not going to commit any capital crimes.
Well, you might get framed. All right.
No, I'm too smart for that.
No way, you son of a bitch.
You're right. I'm a dullard.
I'll get you.
I'm an idiot. Ask Oscar Lund. Give Ray and Andrade the entire kickoff show. Yes, give an Iron Man match during the kickoff show. I agree. Carlos Davalos, new Matt Hardy shirt, Steve. Respect your elders.
Yeah, something like that. Or I'm 44, bitch.
There you
Put
go.
that on a shirt.
There you go.
Oh, so defensive. I'm 44.
I just took it as a little more lighthearted than being offended.
Because then you look, you read the freaking tweets underneath it. Yeah, what an idiot! Why would he ever say that? You're great. You're awesome. That guy's body shaming you. What are you talking about? There's pictures of him looking amazing, and that's what the guy's commenting on.
Yeah, I know.
People are crazy, man.
People
Twitter's
are crazy.
too much.
Yeah, Twitter is too much. I try to
It's
stay
too
off
much.
as much as possible. What's going on Twitter right now?
I try, but I can't.
I just like information, and Twitter's is one of my preferred information
Me
sources.
too. You know what sucks too is that like I follow like a bunch of comic book artists.
Yeah.
And like I love it, but like I don't like that. I want to turn off the function where I have to see what a bunch of people I follow like.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to do
Yeah,
that.
I
I know how to
either.
turn off retweets. I've done that.
I
I'm
don't
following. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Anyways, somebody was putting it to Adam Mayhem this morning. They said this was hilarious. Some guy, I forget his name, said, "I'm so tired of seeing that scrub Adam Mayhem. I always like to see him lose or something. And Adam Mayhem responded to him and said, I don't know what you're talking. He said, are you talking about in the video game stuff or like in real life? Because I haven't lost in a while in real life. And he says, in real life, I'm just talking about the video game stuff. And I'm like, well, we haven't used him. And he said something like there's another federation out there called the Neo something. And I looked up that, and they follow us, so they're probably friendos or something. But they also choose from other creator wrestlers.
All right.
Whoever this guy is had his creator wrestler chosen, and so he keeps up with this stuff.
Gotcha.
But he doesn't follow us.
Oh.
So he's like, well, he said, if you don't watch video game stuff, why did you create your character? And Adam Mayhem said, I didn't. Somebody else did, and they just used me and download me. He said, sorry for being popular. The other guy said something like, I don't know. He said something rude back to him, like, oh, you're done. I'm like, why are you talking right now? Why are you doing that? I don't know.
People are confusing, man.
People are so, Twitter is so weird. There's so many weird people.
That's why I try to stay away from all that stuff, man.
I know, man. Let's see, more here on the Patreon. The Cult of False Realities. Let's see here. Should Kofi turn heel and fight his brothers like how Seth did the Shield? No, that would just be a bummer to me. That'd be just a bummer to me.
No,
I think everybody would be sad about that.
Everybody in the New Day wants to stay together. They've spoken extensively about it. I think it'd just be a bummer at this point if they broke up. Mm-hmm. It'd be a huge bummer.
Let's see here. Disco Dick Dan, where does it go from here for Samoa Joe? I'd like to see him take...
Or he cuts a incredible promo on him.
You watched 205 Live yet?
No, I haven't.
Akira Tozawa does the bit that Candice LeRae did to Adam Cole to Cedric Alexander.
That's cool.
It's really cool. And Steve Carino's kid.
Yeah, I saw that. Colby.
Yeah.
I was going to maybe watch that today.
See, that's a squash match.
When
it's a nobody. That wasn't even actually a match. Match didn't start. It was a Canellis thing.
Yeah, you just beat him up, right?
Before the bell even rang.
I'm probably going to watch that while I review Matt Chat questions today. Because I got to cut Wrestling Fun Limited tonight. Get that ready to upload.
Yeah.
To go first thing tomorrow.
Let's see here. And then let me head over to
Discord.
Let's see here. Oh, there you go. Well, he's not in WWE, but Zack Sabre Jr., Earth's champion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good choice.
He also says the chair is direct current, so it's Edison.
Oh, because Tesla is
because I think, didn't they, like, I think I was reading a thing, or I was watching a History Channel thing. I think Edison, like, pitched it to, like, whoever you pitch that to.
Yeah.
Hey, this current is so effective, it can murder a person in moments. So let's use it for executions or something weird like that.
Yeah, that's kind of dark.
That is super dark. And they did like a public one on an elephant.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
All right, let's do trivia. I put a card out for you. Is this the card I put out for you? Was this card underneath your mouse pad?
What?
Is this card underneath your mouse pad?
What?
Can I get you a card for
I don't know, man. Let's
you?
find out. No, this is last week.
All right. Well, there was one.
Really?
Is it still under there? Was it this one over here?
Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Maybe.
Did you just throw away the card I brought out for you?
This is one I had already.
Spend the rest of the show trying to find them. Look at that one.
No, I already had that one. Yeah, I already had that one.
Well, darn it. Well, here, just take this one then.
Dang it.
Get another one before chat.
All right, here we go.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Occupation, cuts meat.
Butcher.
Yeah. Weapon, Sandman.
Kendo stick. Singapore cane.
Well, it's kendo stick.
Oh, okay. They should have called it by its right title.
Oof. That one's tough. So, man, you know what you use this term for. I don't know if you're gonna get this one. So, term used when you see something and not submission, but the other way a match ends. You're not even paying attention.
There's an episode of Bob's Burger about that elephant, really?
You're not even paying attention to trivia.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I already said the clue. You got to answer.
Jerry Lawler.
No. Visual pinfall. Pay attention. Former manager of Shawn Michaels.
Sensational Sherry.
Yes. Steve Austin, Brian Pillman.
Japanese term for American pro wrestling.
For American pro wrestling?
For just pro wrestling.
Oh, Puroresu.
Yeah. Hogan's alter ego in 2002 or so.
Is it Mr. America?
Yeah. Eddie Guerrero's high flying finisher.
Frog Splash.
Very good. So I am vaguely familiar with this, maybe, but evidently there was a faction of impersonators of a certain king of rock and roll who are also airborne.
Flying Elvises?
I guess. I've never heard of that before.
From Honeymoon in Vegas.
Yeah, right.
I know there's a wrestling thing.
Yeah. I think this is that song that Jeff Jarrett had.
Oh, dear. I don't know what it's called.
With My Baby Tonight?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. And, oh, wow. I think, speaking of electric chair, that match in WCW with the electric chair.
Oh, shoot. It's not Dungeon of Doom. It's not Tower of Terror. That's the right it did.
You're on the right path.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
It's not the Doomsday Cage. Gosh, what do they call it?
You are dancing around this.
I know.
You're literally saying everything that it isn't.
I know, because oh, man. It's not House of Horrors. I don't remember.
The Chamber of Horrors.
Chamber of Horrors.
Nice. Even with that mulligan, I won.
Jeffrey Nguyen, there's a funny mission in Red Dead about the chair.
Oh.
You ate to that, Steve. Scorpio,
yeah,
85. Hey, I see you guys talk about your age occasionally, but your work ethic tells me you're both still in your prime. Sure as hell don't feel like I'm in my prime some days.
Oh, wow. Today I don't, because I feel under the weather.
Yeah, I'm a little under the weather, too, and I'm still recuperating from the trip over the weekend.
But I tell you what, man, I got those J's yesterday when I got home.
Yeah, I'm excited to see those, man.
Oh, man, I put them on. They look like $1 million.
It's not supposed to rain this Sunday during our live stream. I'll wear my new J's.
All right.
You wear your new J's.
All right, let's do it.
We'll have a Jordan off.
I'm down. Mine are magnifique.
Yeah, mine are too.
Flying Elvis is from the TNA early days.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
There you go.
All right, anyways. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We appreciate it. Till next time, we'll talk to you guys later. Oh, here's an ad for our Patreon. Also, we're going to do an overrun after this.
Yeah.
We're going to do chat trivia.
Yes.
Yeah, here you go.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.